Hi, I'm Susan Solovic, the small business expert, and I'm really excited to see all of you at this year's Winter Conference for the NSA in Tampa, Florida. I'm a speaker just like all of you, but I'm also a serial entrepreneur. And I have to tell you, one of the most important business lessons I learned was when I was a very young person. You see, I started my first business when I was in my early teens. I grew up in a very rural community, small town in southern Missouri. And of all things, my parents owned the funeral home, and I had to work in the family business. Well, as I got to be a teenager and interested in boys, it wasn't cool to work in the funeral home anymore. So I asked my parents if I could work somewhere else. I ended up getting a job as a waitress in the only decent restaurant in town, which was called the Longhorn Steakhouse. And one night, after working a very long shift, and I had blisters on my feet, I came home and I threw my tips out on the table, and I said to my mom, there has got to be a better way to make a living. So I started to think what else I could do. Well, one thing I knew how to do was twirl a baton. So I went to the high school principal and I asked if I could rent the high school gym on Saturday mornings. Then I ran a little ad in the local newspaper, and before long, I was teaching 75 little girls how to do figure eights on a Saturday morning for $75, $1 each cash. Now, I also play the piano. So some of the parents came to me and said, "Hey, would you teach my little Johnny or Sally how to play the piano?" Reluctantly, I took on 2 students. But what I soon learned is in a half an hour, I could only charge Johnny or Susie $5. Whereas I could make $75 teaching those little girls how to twirl a baton. Volume is good. So let me challenge all of you. If you're struggling with the one-on-one business model, realize that you have a finite amount of income available to you because there are only so many hours in the day. To build a successful, sustainable, multi-million-dollar company, you can't be the business. You need to create a product or service that is teachable, repeatable, and can be consistently delivered. And that's what we're going to talk about down in Tampa. We're going to talk about how you can build that sort of product and a sustainable, successful business. I look forward to seeing you all there. Here's to your success.